Perfect. Okay, guys. So, welcome to the Educational Center channel. What we'll go through today is order blocks and fair value gaps. So, we'll make a start on order blocks first, and we'll probably have two separate videos. One on order blocks, which is like 20-30 minutes, and then one on fair value gaps. And how it'll pretty much work is like I said in the announcement channel. So, we'll go through what they are, first of all, how I identify them on the chart, and basically how I use them when I trade, when I day trade every day. So, order blocks. First of all, some of you probably are aware of what they are, but pretty much just to quickly run through it again with you guys, because if you haven't read the education channel, etc., it's pretty much just candles where these market makers, so the likes of banks, institutions, etc., they place the positions here in these candles. So it only comes off, well, for me, it only comes off a sweep of liquidity, just because these are areas where previously these were support or resistance. So you know these banks are gonna sweep these to get the orders in. So I'll give you an example straight off the bat. So we'll go on what we are on yes here straight away. So what we look for is a sweep of liquidity, and then we look for a key level and a sweep of liquidity, and that's when we get an order block. So I'll just give you one little example here. So let's just find one here. Boom, look at this. So if you look here on the chart, let me just mark it for you. Boom, look at this. This is a key level to sweep. This liquidity here, sell side liquidity here lies here, and look at this. We sweep it right here, and that's automatically I'm looking for an order block. I'm looking for this candle, the previous candle before the big move, automatically after the sweep. So the previous candle before the big move here is this one, this red candle right here, this down candle right here. So before the big move right here, we get this candle right here. So this is an order block right here for me. Just because we swept liquidity, and I know these banks, institutions, they all have the orders in. Just because we had this is key level before, we already had orders in, so they already accumulated here, and now they will come back, sweep the liquidity, and accumulate again for a big move. After trapping these people in, retail traders will obviously will be thinking, okay, I'm gonna end off here, so they're gonna be trapped, and then the people with the stop losses from here are gonna have stop loss in the here, so they're gonna be swept here. So the liquidity is gonna be swept there, and obviously in the other videos you can learn more about the liquidity sweeps, and we'll probably cover that in the next educational sessions as well. So pretty much order blocks, like I said, candles where market makers, these banks, place their positions. Simple as that. And of course, after the sweep of liquidity, we follow up with a big move. So the explosive move, the distribution side of things, right here. So we get this sweep of liquidity right here, sweep of liquidity right here, this sweep, and we get the big move afterwards. This is the distribution side. The manipulation here and the distribution. It comes to the market structure straight away. Back to market structure. So obviously, like I said, I look for order blocks in areas where liquidity has been taken out or can be taken out. So I know these areas will be where all the orders will be placed from these banks, institutions, etc., from these market makers, you know. So you guys understand that? It might sound a bit confusing for the start, but I'll show you a lot of examples to run through. But you can see here, this is an order block right here. This previous before the big move candle is the order block right here in this situation. This situation right here. So pretty much, because a big wide candle, big body candle, what I would normally do is I would use let's use the Gann box. You can use the Fibonacci 50%. Use the 50 because it's so wide, you will use the 50. So straight away, you get a big distribution move. You can enter right here, 50, boom, and you can see and then finally we break out. So if I just put in, obviously you don't just go off by one thing, but just to put it in perspective here for you guys, and you can see here, we can finally get a move here. Let's say we get an entry right here, and then we finally get a big move, 1 to 5 right here, boom. And you obviously have your targets, one target here, second target here, third target here, all targets hit. No? Pretty much that. So order block created here after the liquidity sweep, that's what I'm looking for. I know some people, what they go for with the order blocks are pretty much any previous candle of the move without any liquidity sweeps like here. There's no liquidity sweeps, they still use it. So I don't do that personally. I look for obviously these liquidity sweeps, and then I look, because I know there's already been positions where these banks already entered off of these previous liquidity, where liquidity lies. So like I'll give you an example right now. Right here, once again, look at this. If you zoom in here, this is a high time frame by the way, guys. I'm just showing you guys that you can use in every time frame So look at this. You see this candle here? Sweeps this liquidity right here. Boom. You see that? Get a sweep of liquidity right here. And before the big move, the candle I would count as is this one. This is the last kind of green candle. And what do we get here? We get an entry right here. So we get this move and then we get an entry right here, and then there you go, we fail from there. So again, this is to the short side, you know. And you'll use a Fibonacci here or whatever, and then you can put your order wherever. I'm just gonna show this from the order block pretty much, whatever, and then there you go, boom, simple as that. Liquidity sweep right here, we get an order block, we get an entry of the order block. Pretty much that's how I use it. And I use them basically for entries and targets, you know. So before market opens, what I would plot pretty much any existing order blocks. We may retest, or we could potentially just get an entry off of. So this might be the area we can target, you know, for both entries and targets. And obviously this is a 4-hour time frame, but I normally tend to use 15 minutes and 1 hour for order blocks because we are day traders. I'm just trying to show you right now just that you can get order blocks on every time frame. That's how it works. Every time frame, guys. So I think we can jump straight into. Actually, I'll show you another couple examples here. You know, of some order blocks right here. So let's find some examples. We get liquidity heap right here again. Look, this is quite a big candle, but once again the previous candle before the big move. Boom, order block right here. We obviously just chilling the order block right here, and then we fail from it. I like to go on a retest of it, and then obviously like let's just keep going down here. Again here, look at this. We sweep this liquidity here, this liquidity here. We sweep both of these levels. And now we're looking for the previous candle. And some people, what they go for is just a wick sometimes. I just go with the full body because you're going to enter pretty much at the wick anyway most of the time. You're not going to wait until it goes like deep into the order block. You probably enter just before the order block. Unless it's a big candle, like I said, I'll go with a 50 retracement. But there you go, look at this now. Let me just go through it here, boom. This is the order block right here, boom. And look at this. It comes here, retest the order block right here perfectly, and then we get a nice little move right there after this liquidity sweep was there. So pretty much my thought process with order blocks is I know these banks will position themselves because one, they will try to sweep this liquidity and get these orders in, and we already had obviously orders here. We already had orders here. That's why there's gonna be liquidity to be swept here for a bigger move, to carry on the bigger move. That's how we trade off. That's how we always day trade, and it works on every time frame as well. It's not just the 5-15 minutes that we trade off. And let's just pop into straight away 5 minutes, like the normal time frame we use to day trade, and we'll just literally go through every example. So we'll just start with Friday, literally with 2 days ago, with the last trading day of the week. Sorry. So order blocks. This is actually, so first of all, in the pre-market, so market opens after the white vertical line here, as you can see there. And guys, let me know if you can't hear me properly or if you can't see the screen, because I think, yeah, that should be fine. Anyway, we get liquidity sweep right here, look. Boom. We see this liquidity right here. You can see here, this liquidity was swept here. This was in pre-market, of course. Oops, I got the magnet too on. But this was in pre-market. Sweep this liquidity right here. And now automatically I can look for order block. So let's just go on 50 minutes, because I normally tend to look at 50 minutes for order blocks before pre-market. And where would be our order block? Would be right here. Be right here. This would be our order block. So we would look for potentially a retest of this entry here. We potentially look for an entry right here. However, when we swept this, we obviously look for a short. But until that, we'll be looking for an entry right here. Obviously, if we didn't get here, sometimes you're obviously not going to get the retracement into this order block, but this will be very close here. You can see you nearly hit it. And then we'll come back. This is actually a fair order gap entry, but we'll come back to that a bit later in 10-20 minutes when we cover order blocks. We'll just go through some examples on order blocks, and then that's that. So until this, we pretty much were bullish here. So we swept this liquidity, now I'm bullish, and now it's moving up. But what happens here, guys? What happens here? We sweep liquidity again. We sweep this liquidity now. Look at that. We sweep this liquidity, we sweep the buy side liquidity, and now I'm looking for a short. So now I'm looking for an order block. potential order block and a retest of that. So we sweep the liquidity right here, and that's what we get. So look, sweep the liquidity, the previous candle before the big move, look, you respected that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you got the big move. Now we're looking for the order block. What's the order block, guys? The previous candle. So the last green candle in this case, because this is a bullish, this is going to be a bearish order block. This is the last green candle, the last up candle, the last bullish candle of the pretty much of the move. So this is the last candle, and high to low, boom. This is the order block. And look what happens here, guys. Look what happens here. We fail. We retest exactly this order block. So this actually was, if you come here, look, come on live alerts. Look at this. This exactly, look, this is the play. This is the play that we had. We called this out. The only thing is because I was only risking 1,000 because I wasn't up a lot for the week. I was looking for the 786. So this was just inside that order block. I was just looking. I know some people got the entry right here because obviously if you, I said to some people, if you want to just get an entry, just go for there for literally 494. Was it somewhere around that? There you go. Yeah, 4094. Yeah, and exactly look what happens. Perfect trade, guys. Perfect trade. Off of that, risk above the high, and then look at that. This hits at 1 to 3. 1 to 3 right there. Simple as that. Risk 1,000, you make 3,000. Simple as that. That's the power of order block right there. So we had the one order block right here, and the second one right here. Second one right here never got retraced into from this liquidity sweep, and that's that. So let's just keep going to the left of the chart, and we'll just keep identifying these levels. So now we're on to Thursday. We'll go through maybe 2 days. We'll go through this one, and I think you should guys get the gist of it. You know, you should probably understand it. And if you don't, just let me know, and I'll run through whatever if you're not understanding. But I'll probably just answer the questions. You can't hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Some people can't hear me apparently. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Right. Okay, guys, so are you guys getting the gist of this order blocks? The previous liquidity sweep, we look for liquidity sweep, and then we look for the previous candle of the move, before the move. Previous opposite candle. Perfect, you can hear me, perfect. Okay, guys, so let's just go on Thursday straight away. Let's go on Thursday. So again, let's mark out the liquidity. So this is, like I said, the white line. After white line, we start trading. Before white line is just pre-market, so we don't trade there. And we just look for the levels to wipe liquidity. So boom, look what happens here, perfectly. Look what happens. So we got buy side liquidity right here marked out. Actually, let me mark here. So I was actually, I believe on Thursday here, I was looking for any of these to get swept. So we sweep this straight away, perfect. Now we're looking for what? We're looking for a short because we said this buy side liquidity. These banks got these orders in here. They got orders in here before, and now they got orders in here. And now I'm expecting a move down. And look what happens here. You see this liquidity right here? Where's the order block, guys? Where's the order block? The previous green candle. Obviously, I have it in blue, but but there you go. Boom. Look, this is the candle. The previous candle of the opposite move. So there you go. The previous candle. Boom. The last kind of green candle of the opposite direction, and boom. And look at this now. If you zoom in, here. Let's zoom in. Let's go on a 1 minute time frame. It's a 1 minute time frame right here. So I marked out in this rectangle right here the fair value gap on 5 minutes, and look what happens here. Perfect. And what also happens, guys, you zoom in, you can get even a better entry. Look at this. We sweep liquidity right here. Previous candle, guys. Previous candle. Boom. Look at this. This is 1 minute time frame. 5 minutes was wider. 1 minute is like this. And look at the entry here. Look at this. This tags it perfectly. And then look at this. We're actually bullish on this day, I remember, but we're still we're finishing a small green on this day, but we're bullish bias, so we didn't take this trade. But look at this. Perfect here. Just trying to show the power of order blocks. Perfect. And that's literally wouldn't count that, but let's say a 1 to 3 minimum. 1 to 3 minimum right here. Perfect. It's crazy. How many contracts do you usually trade for your 1 to 3? It always depends on risk. So if if the risk is like 10 points, I'll be going with 5 contracts. I'm just ensuring ES contracts. So I always ensure my risk is about 2.5, 3K I'm risking per trade. So always different amount of contracts. So you see the power of order blocks are there. This is a 1 minute time frame. Boom. The last candle, the last green candle here, because it's a bearish order block. This is a bearish order block, guys. Bearish order block. So obviously there's bullish and bearish order blocks. This is a bearish order block because we swept the buy side liquidity here, and now we're looking for shorts. We look for this retracement, boom, entry right here. Look at the trade. It works for crypto, but higher time frames. So bearish order block, guys. Amazing. And look how we respect it. So now let's just keep moving. Actually, let's do one more day, and then we'll finish on that. And we'll move to fair value gaps. It's simple as that. It's literally, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, guys. We know the banks are positioning themselves right here. They've swept the liquidity. Now we know we're looking for a short, and we're going to go off the order block. So that's how I use it. I use it for both entries and targets, you know. So if there's an order block somewhere, if we sweep it like here, look, we swept this, so this will be one of my targets as well. So we swept this right here. So this is pre-market. Boom. So if I got into this buy side liquidity, if this after the buy side liquidity I got into this trade, this would have been one of my targets into this order block. Simple as that. Simple as that. And obviously you pair it up with your bias. After you create a bias, I got a video out for that. Probably next week we might cover my bias, how I kind of come up with my bias, etc. It's all an educational channel though, how I become with my bias, etc. And then you obviously follow out your plan based on your bias, and you look for either buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity to be taken out. Then look for order block, fair value gap, Fibonacci, golden zone, etc. But let's just focus on these order blocks just for now. So let's just do one more day maybe. Let's do one more day if we can find anything on Wednesday. So this was Thursday. Let's see if we can find anything on Wednesday right here. Boom, straight away. I just looked at it for 2 seconds and look at this. Boom. What happens there, guys? This is the pre-market here. Pre-market level right here. We sweep this right here. Boom. Look at this sweep right here. We actually swept this as well. So you could even take a shot there as well. But we swept this. We never actually get a retest there. On this one, do we get a retest in here? We do. So look at this. On this previous one, because let's ignore this one because we swept this one first. So let's just focus on the one that we swept before. So look what happens again. It's the same thing, guys. The previous candle, this is a bearish order block again because we're sweeping this buy side liquidity again once again. So look at this now. What happens here again, guys? Let's just ignore that. What happens here? We enter the order block after the big move, after the distribution side of things. We enter the order block, retracement into the order block. Boom. Look at the move. It's obviously not as big move as before, but still, let's get back into where were we now? There you go here. This is where we are. So Wednesday, and this on 1 minute time frame now. I'm zooming in right now, guys. Just zooming in for you guys. Let's see what happens here. So this is the 5 minute order block. We enter this order block perfectly, and look at this. Look at the failure. And now we can do this. Is what I do, guys. As you already know, this is what I do. Fib retracement, low to high because we're bearish. Sorry, high to low because we're bearish. Boom. And now I'm looking for 618. 618 would be my entry. So this will be my entry right here. Boom. 618 above the high. Target one hit, and the rest you will just break even. This is the trade that we took actually. This was the trade that we took. This was exactly the same trade that we took on Wednesday. Look, I'll show you. Wednesday. Well, what day was Wednesday? Wednesday, 10th. 10th, so we missed out. Yeah, there you go. 10th, boom, look. We got entered right here. So we're looking for this order block, boom. And got entered. Oh, was it this one? Wait, 10th. Yeah, this one. We got entered and then we just got pretty much 50% out here, I believe. And then we got the rest, we pretty much break even. So this was a winning trade, small trade, but still worked. Still worked. Not as big as obviously not big like big RR, but still 50% secured there, and obviously the rest secured a break even. Pretty much that. Order blocks. Simple as that, guys. Any questions on order blocks? Any question at all? I want to move on to fair value gap straight away. Literally 20 minutes on this, that's it. It's not rocket science. It's candles where market makers, pretty much, these banks, institutions, place their positions. and I go off liquidity sweeps because this is where banks already placed their positions before. You see this? This is a big level where they place their position as well. So now they're going to be looking to sweep this to go for a bigger move. They're going to look for to sweep this because they want to get the orders in, because all these people are going to have from pre-market are going to have stop losses right there above that, especially above this. And then the retail traders are going to be like, okay, we're breaking this, so I'm going to enter. So they're going to be trapped. Obviously, the SL is going to fill, and these banks and institutions are going to get the orders in. Simple as that. So you look for that first, and you already know that this is a big area. That you see this big area. We even accumulate here, and boom, look, perfect. And this is exactly where we failed. We sweep this and we failed. You see that? That's the power of order blocks. Like I said, yeah, crypto it works, but just not 5 minutes, not 1 minute time frame, of course. You'll be going on 4 hours, on daily, etc. You look for liquidity sweep, etc. Forex, etc. Same thing. Actually, I can even run through. Let's run through a. First of all, what's this? Let's see. I marked this out here on Friday, so it's the same thing here again. Actually, get liquidity sweep right here. I'm just quickly gonna run through literally a few more examples here. Boom. Look, last candle here. This is the last candle. Let me just mark the last candle, guys. This is the last candle here. This one right here. This one 1520 right here. This is the last candle. Boom. And we get retest here. After the little move, we get retest of the order block. Boom. Look at the trade. Amazing. Simple as that. Now let's go back on. Let's just go on a random pair. Let's go on a. I think I ran through this this example. I think already. I think it was from Friday. This is just forex. Just showing a forex example. Literally. With forex, what I look for is the Asian high or lows to be taken out. So let me just quickly mark on this the Asian high. There you go, boom. So London Open is at 8 a.m. the GMT UK time. So let's look for an order block again. So what I look for is for these highs to be taken out for Asian high. Where's the Asian high? Let me check. The Asian high is just actually at this candle right here. So I actually take this. There you go, boom. This one, and we take this out straight away. Take this out right at London Open. London Open, we take it out. You can see there. We take that out perfectly. Boom. We swept this liquidity straight away. We set the buy side liquidity again. Bearish order block. Boom. And what happens there, guys? What happens there? You can pair it up with Fibonacci, like we always do. And then we look for the golden zone, and you guys should already know what the golden zone is. 05786 as the golden zone. It's exactly in the golden zone, so 618 entry once again. And let's see this. What we also have here is a fair value gap as well. So I'll run through that in a few minutes. And look at that. Again, perfect. 618 failures, order block failures. Even the fair value gap here filled, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. And boom, look at that. Amazing. Literally, order blocks, simple as that. And now if you go on a 1 minute, you probably could find a order block right there as well. So let's see. Order block here would be this one, okay. So we don't get a move on this, we don't get a retracement on that, but we don't get a retest of that, but we get a retest of the 5 minute. Perfect. Perfect. When you're live trading and use the order block or fair value gap as your entry signal, do you enter when it touches it or wait until see what price does? I enter when it touches it. Most of the time I enter, I just have limits on. A buy limit, sell limit, depends on which obviously side of things, but I'll be entering on a buy limit or sell limit straight away. In the golden zone, paired up with a fair value gap, order block, etc. Both maybe, and with my bias, of course. Yeah, so I don't wait for it to confirm the failure and then enter. I want to get a really good risk to reward, so I enter literally here for this example. Straight away, this was my entry. 618 touches, boom, my entry. I'm entered. My stop loss is there. And I'm giving room. It went up a little bit here, boom, boom, and it failed finally. So simple as that. You can look for a break of structure, change of structure, and then enter, but this is how I do it. I look obviously for a break of structure or change of structure, the trend when we are on a 1 minute time frame, just looking at the buy side liquidity kind of thing, and just taking that out and going on a retest. That's what I do. But this one, you can do it. That's how I do it. Just an entry straight away off the bat. So guys, any questions on order blocks whatsoever? Order blocks are pretty simple, guys. Pretty simple. Fair value gaps are even more simpler. Like it's not rocket science here, guys, at all. Not rocket science at all. Very simple. So any questions whatsoever? So go give it 2 minutes of the questions, if anyone's got any questions, and then we'll just jump into farewell gaps straight away.